Today I am reviewing this DJI Mic 3. Comes in a very nice pouch, and inside there is a charging case, and the charging case has a USB-C charging port, and this is also served as a data transfer port. So there are 4 indicator lights here. Opening up, the lights indicate that the charging case battery is full. And inside there is the receiver and 2 transmitter mics. And I have also a cable just tucked into the top of the case. And behind it there are 2 magnets which are used for connecting the mic as a lapel mic to your shirt or your head for during recording. In addition, there are 2 other wind muffs I have stored inside the case here. They are gray color. It's a little denser in construction for a little stronger wind muff filtering. So right now I have the black one on. Just quickly go over the features of this DJI Mic 3. It is of professional grade. There are many features which I'm not going to go through in detail, but I'm just going to mention the features with this DJI Mic 3. First of all, it is very compact. As you can see, this case is all-in-one. Opening it, it houses the receiver, 2 transmitter mic, a adapter, USB adapter for connection to the phone, and to a camera port for Sony camera and so on. There is a 3.5 millimeter cable for connection to the receiver into the camera audio port. And this whole thing is very lightweight. So these mics are very miniature. You can see how small they are. The clips can be removed. They are magnetic mount. And the receiver, very small size. It has a output port to connect the mini cable to the camera. Plug in, push in, snap in, and then you could lock this. And there's a hot shoe here which could be connected to the camera hot shoe. So it can connect up to 4 transmitters mic and up to 8 receiver. There's adaptive gain control for balanced audio recording. There's a tone preset for standard rich and bright audio recording. There are 2 levels of noise cancellation, which can record 32-bit flow recording, and it has an internal 32 gigabyte storage. For the recording, it has an automatic mode to prevent clipping during sudden changes in audio level. There's also a dynamic mode to adjust gain for consistent loudness. There is a timecode recording that is used for processing to sync up multiple cameras. And there is a Memo app which you could download from DJI website for firmware upgrade, and also in-depth setup for the transmitter and the receiver. I'm going to quickly show you how to access all these functions and features on this DJI Mic 3. From the receiver, turning it on, long press, and then it's going to show you the screen here, and I'm going to scroll down. So this is the receiver function that when I press on it, I could select stereo, headphone monitoring, gain control, lossless audio, auto on-off from the camera. When I plug this into the camera, it would control the on-off function. Auto off, when it is not used, it would turn off by itself. And then environment for indoor and outdoor setting. So going back, and here is the transmitter function, which I'm going to go into this a little later. And there is the link feature, which you could set the Bluetooth or wireless control by linking the transmitter into the receiver. Now there is a device management, which you could deselect mics that you have joined to this group or receiver joining to this group. There's a time code, which you could start the time code recording from this internal recording. The app is the Mimo app. And then for general, here we have the screen brightness. Okay, just go back. Language selection. There's a time and date, factory reset, and here, this is the firmware. This is up to date, 2.00.07.00. Okay, so I want to go through what this lights on the transmitter mean. It's quicker to understand how to set up the transmitter to the receiver by knowing what the light means. So here I have the mic connected to the receiver now. So once I take it out, the receiver is showing the sound bar transmitted from the mic. Now, solid green means it is connected to the receiver. So I'm going to put this onto noise cancelling, double press. Yellow is showing that this is now activating the noise cancelling feature. Double press, go back to the standard non-noise cancelling mode. For pairing, let's say to my phone, long press the link button. It's going to flash blue and green. So let's connect this here to my phone. So on my phone, this is the mic I previously connected by Bluetooth to this phone. So pressing on it. So it is connected, now it's showing solid blue. So which means that it is connected by Bluetooth to this phone here. So the purpose of getting this mic, I want to connect this mic with my phone, with my DJI Osmo 360 and my Sony A7R4 camera. So I'm going to demonstrate how to connect the DJI mic to my iPhone 15 Pro Max. The quickest way to do this connection is first to pair up the mic with the receiver inside the case. When you close the case and open it, it will show you that all the two mics and the receiver is connected. It's showing you the charge available in each of the mic, and the receiver is fully charged right now. So when I take it out, the mic is showing me a blinking blue light, which means it wants to connect to the phone by Bluetooth, but since it is going to be connected to the receiver, I'm going to double press the link button to go back to the previous connection, which is green. Double press, and show me green. Okay, so the next step is to insert the USB-C adapter into the receiver like so. And I'm going to insert this into my phone USB-C port. So go to my camera menu and go to video. I'm going to do a test recording. Start record, check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Let's do a playback. Check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. It's good to go. So next I'm going to connect the DJI Mic 3 to my DJI Osmo 360. So to do that, I'm going to turn on my DJI Osmo 360. Swipe down, and here is the mic connection option. So press on that. And the mic I'm going to try to connect is TX2. I'm going to set this onto my link connection. Okay, it's turning solid blue. Confirm. The connection is good to go. And as you can see, I have the soundbar here is actually too much gain. So let's do a recording. Start recording. Check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Recording onto Osmo 360. Stop recording. Let's do a playback. Check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Recording onto Osmo 360. Good to go. So the last connection I'm going to demonstrate is to connect to my Sony a7R4 camera. I'm going to need the receiver. Unplug this from the phone now. And I'm going to disconnect the USB-C connection. I don't need this. I will need to connect the audio cable into the audio out. So this is the connector here, 3.5mm jack. Press it in and turn. So now it's nice and tight, it won't come off by accident. So I'm going to turn it on this side and connect to the horseshoe so I can see I could monitor the recording. And I'll connect to the audio in port. Turn on my Sony camera. Now, I need to connect the mic back to my receiver. So right now it's on blue, which was connected to my DJI Osmo. I'll double press it. So it's green. Test. So it is connected to the receiver again. And on the camera audio display track, I could see that channel 2 is connected to this mic. Check, 1, 2. All right, let's do a recording. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Connected to Sony a7R4. Stop recording. All right, let's do a playback. Check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Connected to Sony a7R4. All right, so it is working, good to go. So this mic is very versatile in connection to my phone, my Osmo camera, and my Sony A7R IV camera. I like all the professional settings. I might not use all of them, but once I get into more elaborate video recording, I might find this to be very useful.
Hey guys, this is a pretty quick review of the DJI Mic Mini 3. This is a new microphone released by DJI. I don't really have anything to compare with. I'd never owned the previous microphone. I've only used external mics like boom mics and things like that, and kind of the cheapy no-name brand Amazon mics before. So this is kind of a first for me. Obviously, being novel, I'm just loving the way this kit looks. Everything just fits in this case, and this case itself is a charging brick. You can charge it, and you can see 4 indicator lights showing the charge level of this charging brick. Obviously doubles as a case, and it fits everything in here. So you have 2 magnetic clips. You've got the 2 mics with the dead cats installed. Pretty cool, if you ask me. And how this works, so that's that. And then you have the receiver. You've got a USB adapter, and this goes on to the receiver, and then you plug it into your, most likely your phone. And then you have the mini plugs, and this goes into the side of the receiver, and you screw it in for secure, and then you stick this into your input for, say, your SLR, and this gives you a direct recording into your video of the SLR, which is great because then the audio clips that are recorded onto this transmitter, you transfer into your PC, and then you can have audio synchronization with your video and whatever these 2 mics are capturing. This is kind of like a recoiling cable, so kind of tucks really nicely into the case without really doing anything. These are clips, and it clips onto the back of these mics like that, and so you could stick it on your shirt or clothing without having to pinch it, so it can kind of go like that. And then, or you can just use the clips that it comes with. That's pretty much it. Oops, just pop that off by accident. You can also remove the clip and kind of have a more lighter form factor like that. Really cool. I like that. What I like about this also is that because it's magnetic, you can angle this kind of 90 degrees, so your clips like that, or upright like that. So I really like this. I don't even think the Mic 2 had this capability, and that's pretty much what's in the kit. Now, just a couple of things to know. This little button here is an eject button, so you can release this easily, and then you put the USB adapter and slide it in here, and it clips on and it locks on. Okay, so then you press it again to release it, and it comes off easily. When I first got this, I wasn't sure how the heck do you release this cover plate, and I was pushing and pushing, and then if you kind of force it off, then I guess you'll break it. So just to make it easier for you, you just press this and it comes off real easily. Okay, and then there's an on-off button. This is a dial, so you can kind of go back and forth into different settings. That, and then you could press this down as well and change the gains. It's a multi-function dial and button. And that's it. There is a monitoring feature, so you can have your wired headset also plug in, and you can monitor what's happening. And it's actually awesome because you can obviously see the view meter here, but you can actually hear clipping if you're monitoring through a wired headset, which is very, very, very cool. Awesome. All right, so I'm just gonna go into one of the menus here for one of the mics. This is transmitter number one, and I want to pay attention to this. This is noise canceling, and this is some EQing. I kind of set it to regular, and generally you can post EQ it if you want, but so the left is noise canceling, basic, strong, and off. And it is actually very excellent noise canceling. Like, you could put it next to a fan and it will really cut that out real nice. The algorithm is quite fantastic, actually. I like to keep it on basic for indoor environments and strong for outdoor environments. Or you can just keep it all off and do everything in post if you have a good plugin. Okay, so regular is flat EQ. You've got rich, which kind of boosts the bass a bit. I find if you're putting it on the mic on a lapel, you want rich because it gives you that podcasty, bassy SM57 feel. Now you can also press it one more time and you'll have it as, it says bright. I don't know if I'm focused properly. Bright is just really bright and tinny, and I don't like this EQ. Once again, you can choose to EQ it from the mic, or you can go and do it in post. But I love that the option is there. This is not meant to be an exhaustive review. I just kind of highlight a few things that I really like about it, and that it does a good job. So what's really cool about this, as I was looking into this a little bit more, is that you can connect 4 of these mics to the one receiver. Very cool. For the things I do, I don't really need to do that, but the fact that you can do 4 microphones and have 4 audio channels, that's really cool. It's so powerful. The other thing that's great is the battery life. You get around, I would say, 6 to 8 hours on each microphone. So if you're just using one mic in your shoot, you can literally get up to 16 hours because you use one at a time. The receiver itself is about 10 hours, which is crazy as well. Now, if you run out of juice in your long day of shooting, which is totally crazy that you would run out of battery with this kind of battery life, but if you do, you can stick it back in the charger, right? And then, oops, why won't it close? Oh, this thing is stuck. Okay, there you go. You could stick it back in the charger, and within 5 minutes you'll get, like, I think it was like 30 minutes of charge, if I'm not mistaken. You keep it on for a whole hour and the whole thing is charged. So this thing can charge all 3 of these mic and receivers for I think a couple times before the case itself runs out of battery. It's hefty. I mean, it's all plastic, but it's got some weight because obviously there's a battery inside. Okay, so my review is not exhaustive. It's just a quick demo, and I wanted to do a review, a comparison type of review with just the internal microphone of a DJI 360 Osmo camera with the internal mic and with the wireless mic paired to it. Then I wanted to do a comparison with Pixel internal microphone, Pixel 9 Pro XL, as well as just noodling around in the guitar and doing a comparison with like an instrument, for example. In general, I set everything as defaults, no noise canceling, no EQ, just to get the feel. But like I said before, you'll notice that the Pixel internal microphone is deeper and the Osmo as well is deeper, but there's a ton of noise. Now, this gives you noise isolation, even without noise canceling. This gives you an isolated noise. So if you want additional EQing, you can set that thing to a rich EQ on the settings, or you could post EQ it. You can also add more noise canceling if you desired to do that. But for this comparison, I basically set everything off. No gain control either. And later on, you'll see I screwed up, and because I turned off gain control, I clipped a little bit on the guitar. And by the way, just to add one more thing, gain control is kind of cool because it has a couple of settings, this thing called dynamic and auto. And so when you're dynamic and you had like one microphone, it kind of dynamically changes the gain control based on the mic position and the source of audio entering the mic. Kind of neat, but I don't know if I'd use that a whole lot. Normal is if you're in an outdoor environment and things are fluctuating quite quickly, you would use that gain control. I'm not a fan of gain control, but for the sake of like ease of use, you definitely want to try them out for your application. But it is quite good. It's one of the better ones I've used, and it doesn't like fade in and out the ends of the audios when typical cheaper wireless mics do. This thing is quite a usable gain control, and you can turn it all off, which is also fantastic. A lot of the wireless mics out there, you can't even turn off the AGC. Okay, that's enough about that. Let's go to the clips. This is a test of the DJI Mic Mini 3 on the Osmo 360. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. This is a test of the internal mic for the Osmo 360 without the DJI Mic Mini 3 external microphone. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. This is the DJI Mic Mini 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. This is just recording with the internal mic of the Pixel 9. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that pretty much concludes my overview. It was not meant to be an exhaustive review. There's tons of pro websites that do that for you. But really just raw, short takes on things that I've come to love about this product. And as I was kind of noodling around with the DJI Mimo app, it was updating firmware on the product. So that's kind of cool that they have already started updating it from 1.0 to a 2.0 series of firmware. Now it's cost prohibitive. It's not a budget friendly product, but you really get what you pay for. It's a fantastic mini mic, and it's incredible just the fidelity of the microphones for such a small lapel style mic. I'm very impressed. So I really am trying to find something that I don't like about it. Other than the price tag, this thing is crazy. I actually I'm stoked to use it in my video clips. So hope that helps. It was a long video. What I thought would be short, it turned out to be like 15 minutes or so. I hope this helps. Cheers.
Taking a look here at the DJI Mic 3, and that is the audio that you are listening to. I think there's a low cut filter on, and I'll loudness normalize this to -21 LKFS. But you can see a quick look here at the unboxing of the unit and everything that it comes with. It does come with a nice little bag that you can store the case in. Nice thing is everything does fit inside the case. We'll take a look at that later. So the bag is really just an extra to keep the case from getting scratched, or to put a carabiner style hook on and clip it to a bag. Opening up the unit here, you can see the two transmitters and the receiver. The case is not a magnetic close. There is an actual clip that hooks and unhooks, or clips and unclips. You can see here USB-C charging cable, as well as the 3.5mm cable for a camera. Two different sets of wind muffs, a gray set or a heather set and a black set. I really don't understand why the receiver has a 3.5mm locking plug on it. That doesn't make sense to me, given the other side is a regular 3.5mm. I'm not sure what you gain by having 3.5mm locking on the receiver, but it's a design choice that they went with. This does charge at up to 15 watts or 5 volts, 3 amps. The case itself is a nice design. These are tiny transmitters, and that is very, very nice, but it does come with some drawbacks. Here you can see the optional USB-C plug. I have some issues getting this out because there is an added little spring release on the side. You can see I finally find it there and press that to remove the blank plate, and then you can put in the USB-C plug. You can store this in the case with the USB-C plug attached all the time. So I just leave it in there, because even when I plug it into my mirrorless camera or a laptop, or well, if I plug in my mirrorless camera, the USB-C plug can still be attached and it doesn't cause any issues. The transmitter here, you can turn that clip so it's you know, straight up and down or 90 degrees to either side, or you can remove it and you can just attach a magnet here, so you can magnetic clip it onto a shirt, which I think will be a popular option for many. It will fit into the case either with the clips or with the magnetic clips attached, either one. But to transport it, I've found you need to put the actual shirt clips, those clips, on top, and then store the magnetic clips in the case. Now, one of the big benefits of this I have not seen in another set is all of the pieces you need fit in the hard case. And I've been waiting for a manufacturer to do this, but there's actually even a little clip in the top here, a little recess, where you can store the 3.5mm cable. So you put the magnetic clips in, then you store the 3.5mm cable. You can store the USB-C clip, you can store the receiver in there, even with the USB-C clip attached if you want. You can put each of the transmitters in there, and you'll see here in a minute you can actually store the wind muffs in there as well. One downside of these transmitters, I find the audio is very, very good. Most people just use the transmitters and use the built-in mic, and this works fantastic for that. But there is no longer a 3.5mm input for a lavalier mic. It's nice to have the onboard recording. It's nice that the mic quality and mic sound is so good on this. But really, that's gone missing. Now, if you want to use this in a more professional scenario where you're trying to hide a lavalier in a shirt or a coat, you no longer have that. Microphone, as I show the app within the phone, and I go ahead and plug in the DJI Mic 3. It will ask to be granted access, and then you can use this either for recording only or go to settings. And I do want to go to settings. I found the app to be a little a little hit and miss when trying to connect to the system. Sometimes it connects fine, sometimes it'll connect and then it will disappear. I don't know if that's because the phone is trying to use it as a microphone so it disappears, or what the issue is, but I've had some issues getting this to connect. But you can see once you're in here, you can enable and disable time code. You can see the receiver, and you can adjust the gain settings on the receiver, and adjust audio monitoring to up to 4 of the transmitters. You can listen to one or all 4. By clicking that, you can toggle off the transmitters that are connected, and you can adjust the gain for monitoring. Scrolling down, we have some auto on and off through the 3.5 millimeter cable. A general auto off. You can do a enable recording on all transmitters quickly. So if you have 4 connected, you don't have to go and adjust all 4 individually. You can just turn them all on or turn them all off. You can turn off noise cancellation on all transmitters at the same time, or turn it off on all transmitters at the same time. Or you can come down to the individual transmitters. Here you can see transmitter 1. You can adjust the gain of that transmitter. You can format the recordings if needed. It'll show you how many hours is left. You can adjust the voice tones, and you can turn on and off noise reduction as needed on that, and turn on and off recording by these buttons. And you can hit the microphone button there. You can mute individual mics as well. So pretty basic app, but it puts everything that you need right in front of you. This is a test with the DJI Mic Mini. I have it connected with the magnetic mount. It is a little bit breezy today, so I clipped the wind muff on top. I'm going to do a distance test here. It's about 80 degrees outside, a little bit overcast, and about 20 yards out, there's a transformer on the opposite side of the street that sometimes causes electrical interference when there's not direct line of sight between the transmitter and receiver on these 2.4 gigahertz systems. We're going to see if that causes an issue. So let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. This is at 50 yards. We're at 50 yards, direct line of sight here. I'm going to go ahead and keep walking a little bit further. 1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28, 42, 50. So here's 100 yards. Right here at 100 yards, a little bit of a breeze. I did hear that transformer buzzing when I walked by a ways back. It's closer to the camera than I am. Usually when I turn like this, there will be a clear signal. We'll see what it sounds like when my back turns around, though. I'm going to keep on walking. The end of the street is 175 yards, so I'm going to keep walking till that. This is a pretty lightweight transmitter. $175 yards. This is 175 yards. I'm getting out of the way of this car, so now I can see where the camera is set up. I'm at 175 yards. I'm going to turn around again. Now I'm turning around facing away the camera, away from the receiver. Now I'm turned around facing the receiver. We'll be interested to see what it sounded like. I'm going to keep talking a little bit while I'm coming back. I say that and then I just stop talking, but there is no noise cancellation. I'm not sure if it picked me up when my back was to the camera, but there's no noise cancellation on, no vocal boost, no nothing. There is just 3 decibels of gain applied to the transmitter, 0 decibels of gain applied from the receiver into the phone. And when I put this into the computer, I will normalize it to about negative 21 LKFS. So I should definitely be back within range now, even if that transformer was causing some issues in the sound earlier. I'm in direct line of sight and it should make a solid connection.
Hello, today I'm going to be doing a review of the DJI Mic 3. I'm actually recording this on the DJI Mic 1 for your reference, and I'm going to try to switch over through this unboxing to see if there you can tell any difference in audio. Let's take a look at the box. It's fairly standard and typical to any DJI product. So is the Mic 1. Just like the Mic 1 and 2, it's a pretty typical case. There's the Mic 1 for reference, it's exactly the same. Let's take a look at the instructions. Typical sticker. Recording status LED, charging contacts, power button blinking, willing to bet it operates finished just like the other ones. Cold shoe adapter for your receiver. Use the cable for your SLR camera, your pocket or your smartphone. It's pretty much all the same, and I won't go through that one. Those come with the microphone fuzzies, whatever you want to call them. Your microphone magnets. There it is. Cable accessories. It's like your and USB. Silica gel, this mic up. And case looks exactly the same as the old one, so it says Mic 3. It's pretty. Actually has a nice LCD display. It's pretty cool. Tells you the percentage. Language is a touchscreen. Okay, let's see, download the app. Won't do that right now. Now we set the date. Today is September 3rd. And 4:46. Yes, it is very early in the morning where I'm at. Indoors or outdoors? Volume. Okay, cool. Let me grab the mic. Oh, it looks like it automatically starts registering as soon as I take it off of the take the mic off. So that's what that looks like. Fuzzy on there. This one actually has a little clip. You could do clips or magnets if you want. The clip is actually a magnet. I think I just pushed record. Does this have an SD card? I don't see one. Alright, I'll stick this on my shirt. And I'm going to swap this over on my camera so he'll hear me go out. I'm not certain you could hear me. I'm not certain you could hear me. But this is on the new microphone. Of course, I haven't messed with any of the settings to see if this works, so. Okay, cool. Okay, there is a mute and unmute. Here, let me show you this. If I can. Can't focus. You can actually touch screen this on here. Mute and unmute. Mute and unmute there. Okay, I believe it's recording now. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to play with this a little bit. There's an equalizer here. I wish I could show you this because my camera will not focus in on it, unfortunately. So I'll disconnect from this and put it back on my old. Alright, I'm gonna be back here. And it says I disconnected. Okay. So there are some settings here. Rich, bright, regular, equalizer, record or not. Yeah, this thing's pretty fancy. A lock button, lots of things to figure out. Anyway, there it is, DJI Mic 3. We'll see how superior it is to the old one, so thanks for watching.
Okay, so really quickly, for the Vine review, I just want to make sure that I cover as many of the bases as possible. So what I've done a quick unboxing, and I've got all the devices in this lovely bag that you get from DJI. You do get a nice little vinyl sticker here. You get two actually, which are quite cute. You get a good, very brief, quick start guide, which is ideal, and I will be coming to that in just a second. This was integral, and I'll be covering that as well. It's also written about in my review. So let's just take a quick look, as I'm aware of keeping this video quite short for Vine. So in here, we have a nice little zippy pouch. Got a few of the other accessories. So I've got a few of the wind covers there and the USB-C to USB-C cable, which I don't need, so I'm going to put this away. So nice little bag there. Very pleased with that. And this is the tremendous piece of kit here. I mean, that is beautiful. So when you open that, you'll notice I've put the magnets in here already, which are so you don't have to pierce a piece of clothing, and your auxiliary cables as well. As soon as you open up, the device boots up. You can notice the green light there, the green light there. It has connected to the receiver. I'll just take this out of here. So this one I've got prepped, has already got a wind cheat on it. Looks like it's got a little bit of a tufty hair there. That's something off Sesame Street. You've then got your microphone there. That is ready to rock and roll. I could start recording just like this. I could press the button there. It vibrates once and you can see the red recording light. And I can press it again and it buzzes twice, stops recording. You can then sync it up here. It's the little sync button, so you can sync it to your Mimo app. And then you can view your downloads, which I'm going to show you very briefly in a second. These things here, very easy to snap on and off. Just simply thumb under there and away they go. They are quite sturdy, took a bit of effort there. So that's really good. They're not going to accidentally fall off. In my review, before I get to downloading the files, in my review, I highlighted a big issue, which was this. I've actually left it on now, but this was absolutely tremendously difficult to get off. Really not, real nightmare. It does come off now. Okay, after a bit of wearing of this thing here, this little switch here is a nightmare. It does now go on and off quite easily, but I did have to use the flathead of this little thing here, this little flathead screwdriver initially to get that off, which you shouldn't have to do. It should be straight out of the box, really easy to use, but it wasn't. So very briefly, let's just quickly take a look at this. So the Mimo app. So we've got the app open here. I've got the device here. I'm going to move these over here out of the way. So once you've got the app open, go to this. I'm going to click on the camera at the bottom, and there it has found the mic straight away. Connect, and it's come up with a fail. So just be aware, if that does happen, simple as this, close it, reopen it. Bring that up here, let it sync, let it search. If it is having an issue, turn off, buzz once, turn on again, green, searching, and I'm going to put the pairing button on here, connect, connecting. There we go, buzz, buzz. And again. And again. Oh dear, let's try again. First time for everything, always when you're trying to. There we go, let's try again. There you go, press that again within a few seconds. There we go, join. And connected. Later, you can actually password these to protect your recordings. So once that's done, you'll notice down here it says file download. You've got all these lovely menus here that I've spoken about in my review. You can actually do the gain. You can actually record from this here, so you can use the second control panel, which is really, really useful. You can control your noise reduction levels. You can sync your system clock to the device. Plenty of little bits of features there for you to explore. File download is here, and these are all the files that are actually stored on this little thing's memory. So tremendous idea. All you do, tick the box you want up here for select, click how many files you want, and then click download at the bottom here. You can select batch select them, select them all in one go, bang, all done. So yeah, that's as easy as that, but they are stored on here. You do have to do it for each device individually. So you'll have to do this one, then I'd have to do the other one, turn it off and on again. Okay, apart from that, very, very pleased with this. Let's say I'm just going to turn that off now. Here we go, pop it back in there. I do think it's a tremendous device. It is absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that you actually don't need all of this to do a recording. So you could just walk out the house with that, quite simply. Walk out with that, turn it off, maybe both of them, turn it on, press record. You've got 57 hours worth of recording time there. An absolutely incredible feat of engineering, if I do say so myself. Just absolutely fantastic. Beautifully engineered. I've had a lot of these in the past where you can't do things like that. There's not enough space for the wind thing, but they thought about it. It's all in there. So yeah, very neat. But I do say the issue with the bottom of the receiver, having to use that to actually get it open, often worrying, to be honest, that I was going to damage it. Not very pleased about that, to be honest. That did cost it a star, because if I just bought this, I wouldn't have been able to use it straight out of the box. If I didn't have this thing to hand and I wasn't at home doing this, then I'd been really stuck. So yeah. Okay, but as I say, 4 stars, tremendous piece of kit. Please read the review on the system. I probably would recommend using text-to-speech if you can, and copy and paste it into Word, but enjoy, and hope that's been helpful.
Absolutely love it. I've been using the DJI mic systems for a while, the 2. I haven't used the mini, but the 2 has been very impressive. This 3, well, now I'm pretty much not going to be using the 2 anymore. This thing blows it out of the water. So many extra features, the size, the audio quality. Love this system. Absolutely a must.
All right, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a really super quick comparison between the DJI Mic Mini and the brand new DJI 3. This is not by any means a full comparison. I'm not going to delve into all the features of both. I just want to show you what each one sounds like in a similar situation. Primarily, I'm just trying to give you a quick overview of the difference between these two mics in case you're thinking of whether you want one or whether you want the other. I'm set up right now next to a pond purposely so you can actually hear the water running in the background, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about one of the big features of the new DJI Mic 3, which is active noise cancellation. It is phenomenal. So what you're hearing right now is recorded on the DJI Mic Mini. Retails for like 180 bucks for two transmitters and a receiver. Right now I have this particular transmitter paired directly to my Action 5. It's less to carry. Comes in a really cool charge case. I'm not going to get too much into that. Like I said, the purpose of this review is to tell you more about the DJI Mic 3. So let's switch over to the Mic 3 now that you've had a chance to listen to what the Mic Mini sounds like. All right, so I've now switched over to the brand new DJI Mic 3. If you actually want to see the two of them side by side for comparison, size and whatnot, all right, this is the DJI Mic Mini. All right, that's the size of it. This is the brand new DJI Mic 3. Take a look at the two. Yeah, that'll be in the outtakes. Okay, now take a look at the two of them side by side. there really isn't that much difference in size. The Mic Mini is just a tiny bit smaller, but overall they're pretty close. Anyway, like I said, back to the brand new DJI Mic 3. Primary difference between this, obviously it has 32-bit floating. You can actually do backup recording directly on, which is just out of this world. If you've ever done live shoots, realized you've had a corrupted SD card or something like that and your audio failed, you got a backup of it. That is a godsend, honestly. There's so many, I could go on and on forever, but the primary one that I think you're going to be using the most is the active noise cancellation. Multiple levels on this. All right, right now I'm talking to you without any noise cancellation on. I'm right next to a pond where there's some water running and stuff. All right, I'm going to push the power button twice. All right, I'll feel the little unit buzz. Now I have got noise cancellation on. There's different levels. I'm using the most basic level right now just to demonstrate how well this actually works. Phenomenal feature. Also, the audio quality, for my money, is far, far superior on the Mic 3. It's much crisper and much cleaner. So basically, it comes down to what you're going to be using the unit for. If you're looking for professional level audio, if you're doing commercial shoots, corporate videos, stuff like that, spend the money and buy the DJI Mic 3. It comes with a great charging case. You can get 2 transmitter units, so if you're doing an interview with somebody else, easy. They've got magnetic mounts, they've got clip-on mounts, everything stores in the case. Like I said, the size is absolutely tiny, and they last, oh my God, like 57 hours or something. I've yet to run one out, even when I've forgotten to charge it for days on a shoot. So, like I said, if you're looking for professional stuff, the Mic 3 is the way to go. If you're just a vlogger or you're doing some casual stuff or you're just getting into it, honestly, for like 180 bucks, you can't go wrong with the Mic Mini. So, choice is up to you. My money is on the brand new DJI Mic 3. Thanks for watching.
All right, the DJI Mic 3s. They've been out for a little bit, but I needed some extra mics for my DJI Osmos Pocket 3. And I only got the one, which was a Mic 2 that came with it, with the creator's pack. But I bought the, instead of just buying a single or, just without the case, I ended up buying it so I could have the set because I'm going to end up using them. And it also comes with the receiver, which is a touchscreen. It's been pretty good. I've used it on multiple different projects. I actually did some voiceover, and I was able to take this out, put the adapter on, and it plugs right into your computer via USB-C. Plugs right into your MacBook or Windows computer. They sync by themselves when you put them together. I found a little bit of an issue when I was pairing it with my DJI Mic, Osmos Pocket 3, where it wasn't syncing with the transmitter, or the receiver, I'm sorry, so I had to go back in and manually add them, which it's not hard once you figure it out. But it comes with your case also, where you can put these are the magnets for your mics. You can put a few accessories in there. Your cable can fit up here if you're using like a mirrorless camera or something and you want to connect the receiver to it. But it's nice because they hold a long charge, and then when you're done with them, you just drop them right in. Just pull it out. They're kind of magnetic, and that'll charge also. And then you can also charge them at once in the case. And that's why I wanted this setup, is because if you don't, you have to actually pop them out and then plug them in. Oh wait. Okay, so these ones don't plug in by themselves. I didn't know that. So you actually, I didn't even look at that. I think you might have to have the case, and that's how they made the case smaller. But anyways, it makes it easier because you can plug it right in and charge it all. And then when you don't have it plugged in, the case is also recharging the units at the same time. So you're always charging. So I would highly suggest this unit, especially if you're using it with the DJI Osmos Pocket 3.
Qui siamo su un pezzo di strada sterrata. Ok, asfalto. Qui siamo su un pezzo di strada sterrata. Ok, asfalto. Qui siamo su un pezzo di strada sterrata. Ok, asfalto.
Bueno, esto es lo que ha aparecido aquí. Bueno, pues esto es lo que hay, una piedra.
Okay, here's my review. This is Mini Mic 3. It's actually got magnets. You can actually, stick it to any metal you want. And not only that, but also you can use this alone, or you can, use this anywhere, any way you want. Like you can use it north, you can use it down, up. And it's got internal recording. If you hold this, it's going to turn on, and then if you hold this, it's going to pair with your camera. If you double tap, it's going to use noise cancellation, but this will turn to kind of yellow green. If you double tap, it's going to use normal recording. I highly recommend this. The quality is awesome, and I just got the transmitter and I'm using this to charge it.
This is the DJI Mic 3. Push this to get this open. Take this out, put it in here. Get that. And then you just simply take out a mic. Test it, and you're good. It's pretty straightforward to set up. You're going to take this out, push this button, put it back. Simple and easy. And there's a charging port here. Yeah, that's pretty much what that is.
Quick test of the DJI Mic 3. This is set up on a Fujifilm X-E5 camera with a 16mm f2.8 lens. I'm currently about 20 feet away from the camera itself, just kind of walking around my basement while it's recording, just for a quick test of the microphone itself. It's clipped to my shirt at the moment. Just walking closer to the camera now to turn it off.
One of our family favorites, meatloaf loaded with veggies with a chipotle glaze. Absolutely delicious. I'm going to show you how to make it.